Okay, let's get into your reading, Aries. Okay, so here's the thing that nobody warns you about when you finally go quiet: the silence you chose for your own peace. It landed on them like something breaking. They never expected it. Okay, not from you. And I want to say that plainly before we touch a single card, because I think you've been telling yourself your silence didn't register, that they probably didn't even notice, that they carried on with their life the second you stopped reaching. Because people can feel the difference between a game and a real withdrawal, even when they can't explain how they know it. That is not what these cards are showing me, okay? Not even close. So let's go straight into these cards, because there is a lot here, and every single piece of it points the same direction. The Six of Wands and the Six of Swords. I'm getting the Six of Wands and the Six of Swords. So I feel like someone here is confidently trying to make a move towards you. This person wants to impress you. This person is feeling very, very confident. They want to take things forward with you. And I want to name that word confident, okay? Because it's going to matter later in this reading. The confidence you're about to see from them, that's the outside of this. That's the version they've decided to show you. And the Six of Wands shows a rider on horseback with a laurel wreath, okay, crowd around him. The victory card. The card of finally being seen after working for it. And the Six of Swords shows a small boat moving across still water. A figure being ferried away from rough waters into calmer ones. So this is movement, okay? Deliberate movement. Somebody crossing a distance to get to you. Behind the Six of Swords is the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups. So I do see this is someone here who has feelings for you, and this person is coming towards you very, very quickly. And the Two of Cups always shows two figures facing each other, okay, raising their cups to exactly the same height. That's what makes this card what it is, the same height, okay? Not one reaching up and one holding back. So whatever you've been telling yourself about this being one-sided, this card is quietly disagreeing with you. Now, this could even be someone who's living at a distance from you. Or this could even be somebody with whom you have a little bit of communication problems. But I do see this person is finally leveling up and making a move towards you. And I want you to hear how that was said, okay? Finally, twice, because that word carries the whole history of this thing. All the time it took, all the moments where they could have moved and didn't. So let's see what's going on here. The Ten of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles. Ten of Wands, Queen of Pentacles. So I feel like this person is a little stressed and a little intimidated. They're not sure how to approach you. And there it is, okay? That's the inside of the confidence we just saw. On the surface, the Six of Wands, the composed version, the one that looks like they have it together. Underneath, the Ten of Wands. Somebody bent forward under a bundle of 10 heavy sticks, carrying more than they can comfortably hold, and still walking. And at the same time, I feel like this person wants to say something. They want to approach you. Now this pressure is building up. I feel the internal pressure. And at the same time, this person is sort of realizing your value. They feel like time is just passing by and they need to level up. They need to do something. They need to approach you in a proper way. And I want to sit with that phrase, okay? In a proper way. Because that's part of what's paralyzing them. They don't want to just send something casual anymore because they know that isn't going to work now. And they haven't figured out what would. Of course, because Queen of Pentacles is there. They know you deserve something best. And they're realizing your value. And I want you to let that land properly. Okay, not just pass over it. They know you deserve better than what they gave you. And that knowledge is the exact thing making it hard for them to speak. The Queen of Pentacles sits on a throne surrounded by growing things, okay? a rabbit at her feet, holding a single coin in both hands, steady, grounded, someone who builds real things instead of promising them. And now this person is feeling the pressure to come forward, do something, say something, make the right move. Queen of Pentacles is Capricorn energy. So let's see what it's all about, okay? What is this pressure all about? What this person, why are they feeling so stressed out? The Hermit. Hermit. Okay, this is Virgo energy. So this could be somebody who has, who has like ghosted you in the recent past. Or this could be someone who is not in communication with you. Maybe there's some sort of a communication gap. No contact situation between you and this person. I feel like this person is also a little stressed out because they feel like you have in some way stopped communicating with them the way you used to communicate with this person. You're not doing that anymore. So they feel like somewhere you are keeping this person at a distance. Maybe that is why they're feeling this pressure. They're feeling stressed out. And I want to name something specific here, okay? Because it isn't the absence of messages that's getting to them. It's the change in tone, okay? It's that you used to write a certain way and now you don't. Shorter answers, slower answers. The warmth pulled back just slightly, and they noticed every single one of those adjustments, even the ones you thought were too small to register. The Hermit stands alone on a mountain peak holding up a single lantern. Okay, withdrawn, reflective, not ready to be found yet. And Virgo rules this card, the sign of analysis, of going over something 100 times before acting on it. So whatever they're working through in there, they're doing it methodically, obsessively, even though from the outside, it just looks like nothing is happening. The Nine of Wands. Yeah, there is a lot of resentment here. There's frustration, resentment. Someone's walls are up. Now, this could be your energy. I feel this could be your energy. It seems like, this person, they should have taken some sort of step towards you. They should have maybe said something to you. Whatever you were expecting from this person. And because they didn't fulfill your expectations, you have taken a step back and you are now focused on yourself. You have even, you've stopped communicating with this person. And I want to be really clear about something. Okay, your resentment here is not a character flaw. Resentment is what builds when you keep giving somebody chances and they keep not taking them. It isn't bitterness, okay? It's accumulated evidence. You have become very grounded, very practical, and you have even become a little guarded towards this person is what I see. And that's what's bothering them. They're feeling stressed out. They feel this pressure now. And that is the reason they're coming forward. They want to say something. And now this person is not sure because your walls are up. They're not sure if they will have an entry back in your life or not. And the Nine of Wands shows a figure leaning on a staff with a bandage around their head, okay? 8 more staves standing behind them like a fence they built themselves. That's someone who's still standing after taking hits, okay? Tired, guarded, but still on their feet. And I want you to notice something about that image. The fence behind them is made of the same wands they were carrying. You built your boundary out of the exact experiences that hurt you, okay? That's not weakness. That's what learning actually looks like. The World. Yeah, I'm getting the World card. So some sort of a situation has ended here. It seems like either you have taken a step back from this person, or they created some sort of a distance from you. And I want to be honest about what this card actually means, okay? Because the World is the very last card of the major arcana. It isn't a tragedy card. It's a completion card. A full circle closing, okay? A chapter genuinely finishing rather than being abandoned halfway through. And it always shows a figure inside a wreath. 4 faces in the corners. the whole cycle held together in one image. So whatever ended between you two, it ended completely. And that's why the version of this that comes next cannot be the same version that came before. The old dynamic is genuinely over, okay? Whatever happens now has to be built new. The Five of Pentacles. Yeah, this person is not at all happy. They're not at all happy. They feel ghosted. They feel rejected. You know, they need you. They need you. They need you badly right now. And you know, they are right now feeling rejected by you because it seems like you have taken your power back in some way. You have completely shut off communication from this person. You've become very guarded, and that's what's bothering this person because they feel like you're rejecting them. They have lost their chance with you. You've created like some sort of boundary here, but I feel this person is to be blamed for that because they didn't take the right action towards you when the time was right, basically. And I want you to hear that last part very clearly. Okay, because I know you've been carrying some guilt about the distance. You did not create this situation. You responded to it. There was a window, okay? There was a moment where a small amount of effort from them would have changed everything, and they let it pass. And now they're standing outside in the cold, wondering how they ended up out there. And that's literally what this card shows, okay? Two figures walking past a lit stained glass window in the snow, not looking up, not realizing that warmth was right there the whole time. So let's see. The world is Aquarius energy, Capricorn energy. So let's see now, what is this person going to do towards you? The Tower. The Tower, Scorpio energy. Yeah, I mean, I feel like this person is just not at peace right now. And the Tower is the card of the sudden collapse, okay? Lightning striking a structure, the crown falling off the top, figures dropping from the windows. And here's what people always miss about this card. It never destroys anything that was actually solid. It only takes down what was built on a false foundation. Okay, so whatever story this person had been telling themselves, that they had time, that you'd always be there, that they could sort this out later, that structure just came down. And Scorpio rules this card, the sign that doesn't do anything halfway, the sign of obsession, of intensity, of feeling things all the way to the bottom. The Four of Cups. They are feeling so rejected, so rejected. They feel like you are completely ignoring them. They feel ignored by you right now. Five of Pentacles, Four of Cups. They don't feel like doing anything. They're just thinking about you. They're just thinking about what they have lost. They have lost your trust. They have lost that chance with you. And now you are completely ignoring this person. And that's what's bothering them the most. They're just not at peace. There's so much internal frustration right now. There's so much of, internal pressure, rejection. This person feels completely drained, okay? Like the motivation has gone out of everything, like nothing else is holding their interest at all. And the Four of Cups shows exactly that, okay? A figure sitting under a tree with arms folded, 3 cups in front of them, and a fourth being offered from a cloud, and they won't even look at it. That's what this state does, okay? It makes everything else look like nothing. I feel like they're not being able to focus on any other area of their life right now. All they are thinking right now is you, how you've moved on, how you've set boundaries, how you've become guarded, how you are ignoring this person. That's all they are thinking right now. And it's almost like this person is feeling like everything has fallen apart. And I want to say something careful here, okay? Because this is a lot of intensity to be told about somebody. None of this is yours to fix, Okay, you did not cause it by having boundaries. This is what it looks like when somebody finally feels the weight of a choice they made a long time ago. And that weight belongs to them. The Five of Wands. Five of Wands. Yeah, it's triggering them. It's triggering this person. They are just not at peace. They are so much conflicted right now. Internally, this person is struggling. And the Five of Wands shows 5 figures swinging staves at each other, okay? And none of them are actually connecting. It looks like a battle, but it's chaos, not combat. That's what's happening inside them. 5 different arguments running at once, none of them resolving. And they're also a little bit triggered by the fact that you might give your attention to someone else, right? This person is highly, highly jealous of this fact that you could give your attention to someone else. Someone else might have your attention, your love, your support, your care. This is something they can't tolerate. They don't like competition. Now, this person feels like they need to compete for you. They have to take some form of action. And I want to name something honest about that, okay? It's a little uncomfortable that competition is what's motivating them, rather than just wanting you plainly. But I'd rather tell you the real reason than a prettier one, because you're the one who has to make decisions off this. I feel like right now this person is so frustrated that they are having an internal conversation between you and them. And they want to say so much to you. They really want to start an argument here. They really want to start a fight with you, but they're trying to hold themselves back because they're already feeling rejected. They know they can't reach out to you right now. So let's see. I feel like this person right now is definitely trying to hold themselves back because they feel like this is not the right time to reach out, because you might reject them. You might ignore them. They won't be received the way they're expecting you to, welcome them back in your life. It might lead to some form of argument. So this person is really, really conflicted, and I want you to notice the position that puts you in. Okay, you are not the one waiting anymore, they are. You are not the one wondering how it'll be received. They are. That flipped, okay? And it flipped because you stopped filling in the gaps for both of you. Let's check what are your current energies towards this person. The Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords, you're seeing the truth. You're no more in confusion. You are no more in darkness. You're seeing things for what they are. You're seeing this person for who they are. And the Ace of Swords shows a single sword rising out of a cloud, okay? Crown at the tip, cutting straight upward. Nothing decorative about it at all. This is the clean cut of clarity, okay? The moment where you stop debating and simply know, and clarity is not always comfortable. Because once you see something properly, you can't unsee it. And you can't go back to the version of yourself who was still guessing. But you'd rather know, okay, you've always been that way. The 10 of Cups. And I feel like 10 of Cups, you do feel a connection. You know that there is a connection you share with this person. You feel that emotional happiness. You feel that connection. And this is the part that makes it complicated, okay? Because the Ace of Swords and the 10 of Cups are sitting side by side, clear sight and real feeling. At the exact same time, you see them accurately, okay? And you still feel it. And I want to tell you plainly, that isn't confusion. That's maturity. A lot of people can only feel something by pretending not to see it clearly. And you don't do that. The 10 of Cups shows a rainbow of cups over a family standing with their arms raised, okay? And it's the picture of emotional fulfillment, the settled kind, not the dramatic kind. So a real version of this is possible, okay? The card wouldn't be here otherwise. The 8 of Wands. Eight of Wands. You want to even like maybe have a conversation, but the kind of conversation that you want to have, it should be revealing. It should be transparent. It should be clarifying. And the Eight of Wands shows 8 staves flying through open air, okay? No obstacles, nothing in their way. The card of messages arriving fast and directly, and that's exactly what you're asking for, okay? Something direct, something that doesn't have to be interpreted afterward. You want this person to come forward and have like an open, honest conversation with you. That's what you're expecting. That's what you're looking forward to. And I want to sit with that phrase for a second, okay? Open, honest conversation. Because it's such a small thing to want for something you've been carrying this long. It was never a big ask, okay? You weren't asking for a grand gesture. You wanted one conversation where nothing had to be decoded afterward. Or else I feel you have decided, okay, if this person is not going to come forward and have an honest discussion with you, you're going to move on. And that decision is already made, okay? You're not still making it. You made it a while ago, quietly, probably on a specific night you'll never tell anybody about. Maybe for a lot of you, you might even be having other options. The lovers, Gemini energy. Maybe you have one more option for you, but you know you still feel a connection with this person and you want them to come forward, have like some sort of conversation that's going to bring some sort of truth, some clarity. It's going to give you're waiting for this person to show up, to talk to you. And I want to name something honest about that other option, okay? Because I think you've been a little frustrated with yourself over it. The other option is easier. They're available. They answer. They don't make you interpret anything. And it still doesn't light you up the same way. And you've quietly been asking what's wrong with you for that. Nothing's wrong with you, okay? Chemistry doesn't follow logic. It never has. For others of you, I feel like you might be having some option and you're looking in a different direction. You're moving forward. But again, you feel an intense connection with this person. You feel the passion. You feel a magnetic pull. And feeling that pull does not mean you were wrong to step back, okay? It simply means the connection was real. And real things take time to go quiet. The Lovers shows 2 figures beneath an angel, okay? Sun overhead, a choice being blessed from above. And everyone reads this as a romance card, but the heart of it is choice, a decision made with your whole self. So let's see what's the outcome of this connection, okay? What's the outcome? The Devil. Devil, obsession is there. I feel like this person is just not going to leave you. They're going to come back. They're going to have this conversation. And I know part of you has been bracing for the opposite, okay? For the version where they just quietly let you go, where the silence becomes permanent. That is not what's happening here. And the Devil shows 2 figures beneath a horned figure, okay? Chains around their necks. And here's the part everybody misses. The chains are loose, wide enough to lift straight off. They could walk away at any moment, and they don't. That's this person, okay? Chained to thinking about you and choosing not to lift the chain. The Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords, some unexpected action this person will take towards you. Some communication, even maybe, they're going to twist the story a bit. I feel like this person is not completely outrightly going to be honest with you. I feel like this person has a tendency to lie as well, and I'm not going to soften that, okay? Because you deserve to walk into that conversation with your eyes fully open. I don't mean they'll invent something out of nothing. I mean they'll shape it. The timeline gets rearranged a little. The reasons sound more sympathetic than they were. The silence gets explained by circumstances rather than by a choice. Devil is there with the Knight of Swords, and that pairing matters, okay? That's obsession sitting right beside fast talk. Devil is Capricorn energy, but they're obsessed with you. So expect this person to come back. Some sort of unexpected message is going to come your way. This person will take some action towards you. Knight of Swords is Gemini energy. And this card is always shown charging forward on a horse at full speed. Okay, sword raised, cloak flying, storm clouds behind him. But he's charging without looking where he's going, okay? This is impulse, not preparation. So they won't arrive with a careful speech. They'll arrive because they couldn't hold it one more day. The Magician. Yeah, the Magician. Yeah. See, I feel like this person will sweet talk. You know, they're going to be very manipulative with their communication. The next time this person is going to come back again, you know, again, the same story, but they are going to take action because we have the Magician, Gemini, Virgo energy. This person will take action. They are thinking a lot about you. Like obsession is heightened. Heightened obsession, heightened obsession, heightened, okay? Not fading, escalating. And the silence is what escalated because this person had gotten comfortable with a version of you that was always reachable, okay? Always responsive, always there whenever they got around to showing up. And comfort kills urgency, okay? You can't miss something guaranteed. They are coming back with some sort of communication, even like try to manipulate you, sweet talk you, because maybe they want a second chance. They don't want to lose you, right? And I want you to hear that specific sentence, okay? Because it's the one you've been quietly needing confirmed. They don't want to lose you. That's the engine underneath everything they're about to do. And the Magician stands at a table with all four suits in front of him, okay? One hand to the sky, one to the ground, infinity above his head, every tool available, full command of his words. And that's the thing about this card, okay? It never says whether the tools get used honestly. It only says the skill is there. So expect the words to be beautiful, okay? And expect to look past them at what the actions underneath are doing. So let's see what are the messages for you, okay? Advice and guidance for you. The Three of Cups. Three of Cups. Wow. Okay, so maybe for some of you, you can continue, you know, being friends with this person. What's the harm? And this card shows three figures raising cups in a circle, okay? Surrounded by harvest. Connected without the weight of a romantic pairing pressing on it. Warmth without possession, okay? Connection without a contract, but there's a condition attached. And the next card makes it non-negotiable. The Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles. You need to make a choice. You need to be clear. If you want to be just friends with this person, then you need to be clear with your intention. This is what the universe wants you to do. Two of Pentacles. Do not be unsure. Make a decision. Stay firm with your decision. Whatever you choose moving forward, whatever you choose to do about this person, if you just want to continue just being friends with them, it's fine. But stick to that Two of Pentacles. Try to create a balance in this connection is what I feel. And this card shows a figure juggling two coins in an infinity loop, okay? Standing on unsteady ground. Ships rocking on rough waves behind him. He's keeping both in the air, and it's working, but only through constant effort. That's what the undefined middle costs you, okay? Constant effort every single day, and nobody juggles forever without dropping something. And it's usually themselves, and you are allowed to change your mind later, okay? A decision is not a life sentence, but you're not allowed to stay in permanent suspension, waiting for somebody else's clarity before you'll let yourself have your own. The Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups. See, you're too confused. You're overthinking. Your mind is not clear. There's, fogginess, emotional confusion. Come out of that. Come out of that. And this card shows a figure in front of 7 floating cups, okay? A face, a jewel, a wreath, a shrouded glowing figure, a dragon. Some are real options, some are illusions. And standing there staring at all of them, okay? That's the trap. Not choosing wrong, simply not choosing. And I mean this gently because I know how you got there. You got there by trying to be careful, by trying not to get hurt again. But at some point, the analysis stops protecting you, okay, and starts holding you in place. And the fog usually lifts the moment you stop asking what they meant and start asking what you want. Those are 2 completely different questions, okay? And only one of them ever produces an answer you can act on, okay? Let's pull out one oracle card to check this person's current energies, thoughts, and feelings towards you. Our love is real. Our love is real. That's what this person wants to say to you right now. Our love is real. And let's read what this card has to say. Okay, trust in us and in the guidance of the higher realm. Have faith that it's safe to love me as much as I love you. Our union is protected by angels and we are destined to be together. Our love is true, divine, and unconditional. And I want to be really careful and honest here, okay? Because I'm not going to hand you a fairy tale and let you build your life on top of it. This card is showing you what this person feels, not what they've proven. The feeling is real. The sincerity is real. What they choose to do with it, that part is still unwritten. And holding both at once, okay, that's the emotionally accurate place to stand. Not cynical, not naive, simply clear. Spark. Bottom of the deck, and it fell from the bottom, okay, which always means it pushed its way through to be seen. So this person feels a spark with you. They feel like that this love is real, but I feel like they're obsessed with you. Okay, definitely there's a spark they feel towards you, and they hate being ignored by you. Right now, this person is like, they just hate that they're being ignored by you. And I want to be precise about that, okay? Because 2 different things are happening inside that reaction. Part of it is genuine. They miss you. They miss the specific way you paid attention to them, and nobody else does it the same way. And part of it is ego, okay? They got used to having access, and losing access feels like losing control. And I'm telling you both halves, because if you only hear the first, you'll walk in with your guard all the way down. And if you only hear the second, you'll throw away something that actually meant something. The truth is in the middle, okay? And you're smart enough to stand there without falling off either side. And I want to prepare you for how this contact is going to feel when it lands, okay? It's going to feel good at first. That's not weakness. That's just how relief works. So give yourself the gap. Okay, read it, feel it, and wait before you answer. Not to punish them, okay? Simply so you're answering as the version of yourself who knows what she wants, not the version who's just glad the silence broke. And I want to name what actually counts as proof here, okay? Because with the magician in this reading, words will be plentiful, and words are the cheapest thing they have. Consistency is the proof. Specificity is the proof. Whether they name the thing they avoided naming before, without you dragging it out of them, and whether they're still showing up 2 weeks after the reunion feeling wears off, that's the whole test. And it's the one thing that can't be faked. And you get to run that test calmly, okay, from a distance, without ever announcing you're running it. And before the final message, I want to leave a few things to actually hold on to, okay? The first, your silence was never the mistake you were afraid it was. Loves, it wasn't cruelty, okay? And it wasn't a game. And it did not push away somebody who was ever going to stay. It revealed what was already true, that they were relying on your reachability instead of on the actual connection. Stepping back is not the same as giving up, okay? And being quiet is not the same as being absent. The second, the feelings on their side are genuinely real. And the way those feelings get communicated may not be, you're going to have to hold both, okay? And it's going to be uncomfortable. But holding both is what keeps you from turning bitter or going naive. And neither one of those would actually be you. The third, the choice the cards asked for is not a choice about them. It's a choice about you. Friendship, distance, something more, nothing at all. The cards don't have a preference. They only ask that you pick and that you stop paying the daily tax of not picking. You can care about someone deeply, okay, and still refuse to organize your inner life around their timeline. And I want to answer one more thing, okay, why this reached you now with this much specific detail. Because you were about to talk yourself into believing the silence meant they'd forgotten you, and you were going to make your next decision from inside that belief, okay? And that belief is not true. I don't pull the Tower, the Devil, the Five of Pentacles, the Magician, and an oracle card that says our love is real, all in one reading by accident. And I want to speak to the small doubting part of you for a second, okay? The one thinking, but what if I just want this to be true so badly that I'm hearing what I want? That voice isn't wisdom. It's a habit built in a season when hoping cost you something. Just for tonight, set it down. This is already clear, okay? The Six of Wands, Six of Swords, and Two of Cups confirmed somebody moving toward you with real feeling. The Ten of Wands and Queen of Pentacles confirmed the pressure they're under and that they finally see your worth. The Hermit, Nine of Wands, and the World confirmed the silence, your boundary, and a chapter genuinely closing. The Five of Pentacles, Tower, Four of Cups, and Five of Wands confirmed the rejection they're feeling, the collapse, and the jealousy underneath it. The Ace of Swords, Ten of Cups, and Eight of Wands confirmed your clarity, your real feeling, and your one honest ask. And the Devil, Knight of Swords, and Magician confirmed contact is coming fast, persuasive, and shaped in their favor. So let me lay this all out one final time, okay? Slowly, so it actually settles. They never expected your silence. They assumed you'd always be reachable, and then you weren't. And it opened something in them they can't close again. The obsession is real. The spark is real. The missing is real. The contact is coming, fast and unexpected, wrapped in charm, and a slightly bent version of the truth. And your only actual job in all of this, okay, is to decide what you want before they arrive. So the deciding doesn't happen inside their voice instead of your own one message. Your silence was never the end of the story. It was the moment they finally started reading it. If this resonated, loves, let me know what hit hardest. I genuinely read every comment, okay, even the ones I can't always reply to individually. Your story becomes part of the reason this reading keeps finding the next person who needs it too, like this reading. And make sure that you're subscribed, and I'll see you in the next one. Wherever you're watching this from, okay, I want you to actually feel this settle in before you go. You spent a long time being the one who reached first, okay? The one who checked in. The one who kept the whole thing breathing with your own effort. And nobody thanked you for that, because that kind of work is invisible right up until the moment it stops. And then you stopped, okay, and it didn't die. It turned around and started reaching back. And that tells you something permanent about your worth, okay? Something that has nothing to do with whether this particular person ever finds their courage. You were never the one holding this up by force. You were simply the one willing to hold it at all. So carry that forward, okay, into this one or into the next one. Whichever one turns out to actually deserve it, take care of yourself. Bye, loves.